Hey guys, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is definitely a different vibe. I cannot stop thinking about what happened in Las Vegas, and of course I feel like we are all sort of getting immune to this disgusting, disturbing sort of violence, and I can't help but to think that gun control should be the issue on the forefront of what everybody's talking about. I know everyone's sending out their prayers and their love, but we have to make a change, and if we want to see the change, we have to be the change. And I know for me, I don't feel like I'm smart enough to talk about political things oftentimes, and I don't really know enough about the gun laws and what gun control is. So while I know this really is a hot topic and a big heated political debate, I thought it was so important to just share some things that I found out about what common sense gun laws are, and just share with you guys so you can form your own opinions on what you think and believe. But it seems to me that something has to be done, and why not try this out and see if it helps from another big mass shooting with over 50 people killed at a time. That just seems so crazy to me, and I just really feel like something has to be done. So universal background checks are a really simple way to add something effective to our gun control laws right now. Basically what it means, I'll read what I found online. Universal background checks will require that almost all firearm transactions in the US be recorded and go through a National Instant Criminal Background Check System, the NICS. And this would close the private sale loophole. So a lot of times, if you've read before about gun shows or private sales of guns, they don't actually have to stick to the same laws that public sellers stick to, which makes absolutely zero sense. And we need to get everyone on one page in terms of background checks to make sure that across state lines, there's no red flags or any weird things popping up in their background check. The other thing that was pointed out to me that is a really common sense gun law is to enforce the law that Obama put in place when he was in office that denied mentally ill from actually purchasing a gun. So basically, here's what happened. The Obama rule required that the Social Security Administration submit records of mentally disabled people to the National Instant Criminal Background Check System. And then the FBI database was used to determine whether someone can buy a firearm under the 1993 Brady Bill. So basically, when Trump came into office, he got rid of that rule, and it's crazy to me. Why should anyone that has any sort of mental instability own a gun? I don't understand. And that's what Congress was fighting for, basically, saying that, oh yeah, it's too cumbersome. Like, if someone has mental disabilities, just because the Social Security Administration said that they're on disability doesn't mean they can't buy a gun. But I don't understand why that's okay. And feel free to comment below if you have an explanation to that, because it just does not make sense in my brain. And if it's to save a life, who cares if you can't have a gun? Guns and hunting to me are hobbies. Like, a life should not be the sacrifice for someone being able to own a gun just because they feel like it. The third common sense gun law that I found online was to reinstate the assault weapons ban. So basically, this assault weapons ban ended federally in 2004, and despite overwhelming majority of people wanting a ban against assault weapons and rifles, Congress did not renew it, and they left it up to each state to basically ban assault weapons. And only 7 states have enforced a ban on assault weapons, California being one of them, thank goodness. But actually Nevada does not have any ban on assault weapons. So semi-automatic, that's my question. I was like, what are assault weapons? What categories is that? And a semi-automatic weapon is in that. So basically, these days you cannot buy an automatic weapon legally, supposedly, even though that is the weapon I hear that was used in the shooting. But semi-automatic weapons, from what I've read online, can be easily turned into automatic weapons, which makes multiple rounds of firing, and that's why he could kill 59 people and injure all these other people so quickly. It was just rapid fire. I mean, people just heard gunshot after gunshot, because that's what a semi-automatic or automatic. And sorry if I'm dumbing this down for you guys. I didn't know it, so I felt like, I should just open up the conversation for anyone who didn't feel like they knew enough to talk about it. Maybe this will give you the confidence to actually speak your mind and to speak up, because you have some sort of facts on the situation. And then if you look online too, you can find common sense gun laws and type in what this stuff means. So universal background checks, to reinstate the Obama rule to where they cannot sell to people with mental disabilities. And then finally, the assault weapons ban. That has to be in place. It just does not make sense for any civilian to own an assault weapon in my mind. If you want to go hunting, I still don't even know how I feel about that because it's a hobby, and I feel like if it was any other hobby on the planet that was dangerous to other people, we would be like, sorry, bye. Like, it's your hobby. Like, it's not worth a life. So I don't really know where I stand on people with the right to bear arms in general, because back then anyways, when the right to bear arms, you were protecting your land. You were not hunting, for one.